Welcome to the Library of Virginia. I'm Mary Julian, and I'm in the gallery where our current exhibition, 200 Years, 200 Stories, is on display until October 2023. Since 1823, the Library of Virginia has served residents of the Commonwealth by caring for the state's official records, along with millions of books, newspapers, maps, and other manuscript items. These items hold countless fascinating stories of Virginians, and I'd like to highlight one that's on display in the gallery. This is a composite photograph of members of the House of Delegates who served during the Virginia General Assembly session of December 1871 to March 1872. This is just a few years after the end of the Civil War and the ratification of amendments to the U.S. Constitution, ending slavery, defining citizenship, and guaranteeing the right to vote to all men, regardless of race or previous condition of servitude. In this photograph, we see 104 of the 132 members of the House of Delegates. Looking closer, you can see that on the bottom row are 13 of the 18 men who were elected to the House of Delegates in 1871. This composite is unique. Other legislative composites from this time period do not include the black legislators at all. As a result, people looking at this series of photographs have been left with the impression that the General Assembly was all white men during the 1870s and 1880s, which in fact was not true. For some of these 13 black men, this photograph is the only image that exists. They were written out of most Virginia history books for decades, but research here at the library and elsewhere has documented their lives and careers. They were talented legislators and strong advocates for the rights of African Americans. Peter K. Jones represented Greensville and Sussex counties in the Assembly for 8 years. He was an advocate for the voting rights of black men, once telling a crowd that, quote, "I will exert myself to secure the right of franchise in every way that is honorable and just." When Petersburg delegate John W.B. Matthews served in the House, he attempted to abolish chain gangs for prisoners. He also wanted to ensure that the provisions of the 1869 Virginia Constitution that guaranteed equal rights for all men were enforced. Goochland County Delegate Henry Turpin succeeded in his efforts to enable black veterans of the United States colored troops who had lost a leg in the Civil War to be provided with an artificial leg by the state, just as white Confederate soldiers were able to do. White supremacists in Virginia routinely condemned the black legislators of the 19th century as corrupt and incompetent men who promoted black domination in the state, none of which was true. However, that interpretation became the lens through which Virginia's political history was seen for decades. But thanks to the work of local and family historians and research done here at the Library of Virginia, the achievements of these black legislators are being returned to the history of Virginia. Biographies of the black delegates in this photograph, as well as the 80 others who served in the Assembly between 1869 and 1891, are available online through the Dictionary of Virginia Biography and Encyclopedia of Virginia. You can also view the library's collection of composite legislative photographs from the 19th century to the 21st century online through our Digital Collections Discovery Portal. And I hope you'll come take a look at this piece of history in the gallery at the Library of Virginia.